What's up, everybody? Ty Bartellin with another edition of Coach's Corner. This time we head to our friends down in the Leavittsburg area, home of the Labrae Vikings. Mandy Rowe, head coach of the girls basketball team, joining me today. Coach Rowe, how we doing?
Doing great. It's good to be back.
It's good to have you here as well. And I mean, I'm excited for some Viking basketball this year. It's going to be some tough competition in that conference. But before we get into all of that, why don't we go ahead and do a sort of meet the team segment and go over the players we're going to have on the roster this year and some ones we're going to keep our eye on.
All right. So we have 9 returning letter winners this year. So a veteran group for sure that have been through the system for a couple years. We have 5 seniors: Mia Sloan, Ella Kuzma, Michaela Scruggs, Kendra Young, and Ava Cruz. Out of those 5, Ella's returning off of a knee injury. She got hurt a couple games in last season. So looking forward to having her back. And then we have Mia and Michaela, who return as they were starters for us last year. And then Ava and Kendra will be coming off the bench a little bit. And then we have 4 juniors. We've got Riley, Angel, Mariah, and Brielle Stout. So they bring size and ball handling to Angel. And Riley also started for us last year. And Mariah was our other injured one that went down the day after Ella went down last year. So we had lost 2 starters there. And then we have also sophomore Allie McGulick coming back as a letter winner who gave some great minutes last year.
So, I mean, yeah, coach, we know I feel like the injury bug kind of bit the Vikings a little bit harder than most last year. But going into this year now, do you feel like it kind of presents an opportunity for you? Because last year, correct me if I'm wrong, it required other girls to step up and maybe step out of their comfort zones and what they were used to doing. Do you feel like it adds maybe some depth to your team this year?
Definitely add some depth. We ended up getting more girls some playing time in that experience last year. We were forced to do it on the defensive end because we lost a lot of points in the offense with those 2 going down. So we had 3 girls last year average 10 apiece. So I think it just adds into we are going to be balanced offensively and defensively this year. And we have experience. We've got size. We've got a ton of length. And then we're very guard heavy also. So we've got a little bit of everything this year. So as long as we stay healthy, I'm excited to see how that all plays out and getting us to gel together.
And you've been through a lot of these girls too, from freshman year through senior year too. You've seen that growth of with a decent amount of these girls. For you, outside of like the stats and the numbers that are measurable, what are some of the things you look at that measure growth in your players and growth in your team?
Just confidence, being confident when you're on the court. Effort's a big one for us. You better be tired when you're on the court, because if you're not tired, you're not working hard enough. Especially this year with our numbers, we can run girls in and out. In the past, we've kind of had to limit defenses that we ran just to keep girls from not getting so fatigued on the court. So this year, I'm excited that we can play more of an up-tempo style.
Coach, take me through this conference. I mean, I know the MVAC grade division's no laughing stock. It's always a competitive conference each and every year. I feel like though, with all the gauntlet that it is, I feel like you guys are going to be looking for that top spot. Talk to me about what you see in this conference and what it's going to take for you guys to try to grab a piece of that conference crown.
So we're definitely that's our goal this year. We've got 2 main goals. They're team goals, of course. Win the league championship. That's a big goal for our girls, and win a district championship. So of course, Crestview, they return a ton. They did lose a couple to graduation, but they're still going to be probably the favorite in the league. And then you've got Garfield. They're going to be strong, and Southeast has a basketball-rich tradition too. So, and then you've got Champion and Brookfield. They're young, but you never know. And Liberty as well. I know she's got good numbers this year. So you never know on any given night. You got to be ready to compete and play, and you can't overlook anybody.
With the amount of girls that you've been able to coach too, it's been giving you, I feel like, a lot of compliments throughout the years, and you get a chance to talk to a lot of parents too. In your mind, what's one of the best compliments you can receive as a coach?
Just as they get older, just the memories that they create through playing and the experience that they had, the joy that they find in it. And one of the best compliments I would say is that I have two junior high coaches that have played for me. Marissa Levinsky, actually, she just graduated last year. She is back on staff now, so excited for that.
I feel like it goes into the values that you kind of hold true to yourself as a coach and to the program too. You got to evolve with the game, obviously, too, and the game's ever evolving. You kind of have to change with it, or have some changes with it. But for you, what is one of those values, and what are those core things that you don't move on and stay true to you throughout your coaching career?
Just competing and playing with effort and character. Character is a big one for us in our program. How you act on the court, you can compete, but be humble about it, and then be that way in the community also, because they're representing our school, they're representing our team. So that's big for us, and we've got girls that follow those values too.
You talk about building character. I feel like the non-conference schedule, every time you guys set one, can build character depending on what kind of team you have. What are some of these non-conference games that you're excited for that is going to prep you for not only the conference but also for a postseason tournament?
We have a ramped up non-conference schedule, just to get us prepared for tournament. We open up with Cardinal. They're like us. They're junior heavy, I know, and they started out playing as freshmen, so they're going to be solid. We see Lowellville. They've got a nice junior class too, I know. Niles has a new coach. We see Poland this year and Lakeview. We haven't played them in a few years. So I'm excited to get them back on the schedule as well.
So with this particular Rebel, or excuse me, Vikings team going up against this Rebels team, though, you mentioned it's a gauntlet too. For you guys too, what do you feel like you learned from some of those matchups last year against these tough conference opponents that is going to help you going into this year?
Just maturing. Both times we played them last year, we played with them for a half. So two of the four quarters we played solid, and then just kind of fell apart a little bit. But so I'm hoping to see some maturity and growth there. Valuing the basketball is a big one for us this year.
Obviously, maturity and growth also comes a lot in the practice too. For you as a coach, what's one of your favorite parts of practice?
I would say the drill work is a favorite. We have a lot of different drills that incorporate conditioning, and they're fun, they're competitive. Because we have 10 to 12 solid girls, practices this year are great because they're competitive. You can split teams pretty equally.
With the teams, every year it's different too, and you never know when they're going to gel, how they're going to gel. How would you kind of define or describe a perfect team moment and a coming together moment?
I just think balance, scoring, balanced everything, defense, talking, moving, just creating lots of turnovers, and getting into our transition offense.
For you too, I hear this a lot of times with coaches too. There's a difference between a player who loves basketball to one that just plays basketball too. How do you kind of incorporate all those different ones into a team too, and make it all flow and become one?
Well, I think that starts in practice of you got to keep it upbeat, up tempo. You have to have competitions. You have to make it fun. We don't do the typical get on the line and run. We don't do you're going to run a play for 30 minutes straight. You have to keep, it's just like in the classroom. You've got to keep them busy. You got to keep them moving and engaged in what you're doing.
I don't know about you, Coach, but for me, it's always one of the most exciting times of the year too, is basketball season. I love the pressure that comes with the big games too. I love the way games can keep you on the edge of your seat, especially as they're winding down. When was the last time this game gave you goosebumps, and can you describe it?
Well, I would say last year in our district championship game, we went up against the one seed Rootstown. We lost 57-53, but for 3.5 quarters, we had them. We were up in the game, and then we just kind of wore down. And that was part of our numbers of we didn't have a lot of girls to run in and out. But that was an intense game, high pressure. It was fun. The girls competed. It was fun to coach in that type of game and atmosphere.
By them seeing that and then seeing the kind of magical run that Rootstown ended up going on, did that give kind of a hunger and maybe a confidence in your girls to kind of see like, hey, we just competed with a team that went to the Final Four?
I know it did in me, and I know it did in the girls too. We talk about that all the time. Just little things in the game that could have changed that. A rebound, a loose ball, all those little things that matter when it comes to when the buzzer goes off and you lose by a bucket or two. Those little things matter. So, and we've been trying to instill that in them for years. But I think they are more hungry now, just getting to that moment. And they know how special of a time that was, and that we want to actually. That's our second goal, is to win a district championship this year. But I don't want them to feel the pressure of, they know they're veterans, they know they've had the experience. I still want them to go out and play relaxed and with joy, and not just feel pressure to win every game. Because there are going to be some games that I'm sure aren't going to go our way that should on paper, but
Hey, it's a game of any given night too, and if shots aren't falling too, we've seen that. We've seen plenty of games too where the underdog can pull it off too, and tournament is an exact example of that. For you though, Coach, we always like to give an opportunity for you guys to shout out your coaching staffs too, because I know you can't do it alone. So who are some of the other names that are going to be helping you out this year?
I have Rick Aldridge and Todd Rowe. They are my assistants at the high school level. They bring a wealth of knowledge to the game, drill work, X's and O's. It's a great combination for the girls. And then at the junior high level, I mentioned we have Marissa Levinsky, who's back as a 7th grade coach, and Jenna Repper as the 8th grade coach. So those were two of my former players. So that's fun.
So for you guys this year, and we talked about it, and you have a great coaching staff. I know it. So you guys keep it consistent. And I think that's always a big thing too for the girls. For you guys, what are the improvements that you want to see from last year? Obviously, it was I think a great team last year, considering all the adversity you guys had to battle through. I think a lot of girls stepped up, did a lot of great things for you. But for you, what are the improvements you need to see from this team for you guys to take that next step that you guys want to do?
I would say just trusting each other, that it doesn't have to fall on one girl every night. It can be one night one girl scores, another night someone else scores. Just the balance and the trust in each other to mesh well. Because when you are playing 8, 9 girls, it might wear on some of those girls that are used to playing the whole game. So just to keep the rotations fresh, and that we're in it as a team. And the goal is team. So that's what we're stressing this year, and the little details. We've got a lot of the big stuff covered. Now it's just fine tuning the small stuff.
And the little things can become the big things, obviously, too, as the season winds down. Final question for you, Coach, because I don't want to take too much of your time, and it's a kind of a theme question. I'm going with all the coaches this year. You know, I like my theme questions. For that, it goes into just what was the moment that made you realize this job was more than just basketball?
I would say probably like my second year of being a head coach. I learned that it's not all about the X's and O's and the wins and losses. It's more about what you instill in them to go out and to be high character ladies in their lives and with their families. And Yeah, at first I was like, we aren't winning. Like that was the only thing that I thought that mattered. And so it's more than that. And sometimes the losses are a win in life.
Well, Coach, we're hoping you guys get a lot of those wins on the court this year. I have a sneaking suspicion you guys will with that talented group and that talented roster. We're so excited for us here at YSN to see what you guys do on the hardwood, and we'll be seeing you out there on the court real soon.
Thank you. Thanks for your time.